Namaskaram. Today's question is coming from Sai Krishna. So the question is, as a responsible son, should I stop chasing my dreams and just resort to my parents' wishes or aspirations for me? The seeker in me wants to do something else. So the question is, do I fly off with the wings that they offered me, or do I have to do what they have to tell me, what they want me to do? See, this has been an age-old problem. It's not happening with you or your parents specifically. It's always been happening. It's a generational question if you really look at it, right? What was true in one generation is never going to be true in the next generation. Absolutely, correct? And if you do notice to a large extent, as we are going from one generation to the next generation, the level of comfort is increasing. So as the level of comfort increases, the idea of survival disappears and the natural longing within a human being to liberate himself increases. So what's happening is your parents also, they're also human beings. They also have the natural longing to liberate themselves, but in their life situation, in how they live their life, they've been constantly going through survival related issues, much more than what you are going through today. So there's much more comfort for you today. So because of such comfort, you're able to think about liberation or go in that direction, generally speaking. So that conflict will always exist. So the question is always about survival versus liberation, right? Which one wins? I feel eventually liberation wins, but how you want to handle that fight between the two, you have to decide. The way to look at life situation is everything has a consequence. So I'm not saying you do this or you do that, but whatever you do, if you're ready to face the consequence, you do it. Everybody's situation is different. There's no blanket answer to something like this. Correct? So you see whatever decision you make, say for example you do use that wings to fly off, right? So depending on the life situation you do it, but one thing you should not do is don't run away from anything or anybody. Avoiding something, running away from something or somebody, it will not help you. It will definitely come back to you at some point in different ways. At the end of the day, your life is actually yours. It doesn't belong to anybody. Whether whether your parents understand it or not, I don't know. But it also comes with a responsibility, because you're born in a certain family because of certain karma and certain reasons. So there also lies certain responsibility for you to fulfill. So how much you want to fulfill and how much you want to involve in that is up to you. Deal with it a little more intelligently. Don't make any rash decisions, and don't resort to something in an extreme fashion, especially when your parents are not very comfortable with the things that you want to do in life, right? You have to slowly get them to slowly convince them, and the way to do it is there's something called 1-degree turn, right? You give them a little dose, right? They will turn a little more, they'll turn a little, like that you slowly get them to turn 180, right? So you slowly set them up in such a way that it will become a slow turn. When you do something so fast, it will resort to destruction. Do it slowly. I hope this works out, and if you have any questions, please do get to me. Thank you very much. Namaskaram.